Alright, we'll start with the identification tag on the side. Here you'll find the manufacturer, VIN number, date it was manufactured, tire sizes and pressures, and some gross weights. You have a tire chart on the left, tire sizes and pressures, and on the yellow you have your VIN number and cargo weights. Up front behind your propane tanks is your battery. These aren't maintenance-free batteries. You may have to add water to them at some point. If you're not going to be using your unit for a long time, I would disconnect it. There is a bit of a power drain coming from your stereo and carbon monoxide detector. And winter storage, I would put it somewhere warm. You have two 30-pound propane tanks, selector in the middle, arrow points to which tank's going to be feeding. Power jack at the front. You have your up and down and then a light. On these jocks too, there's a little crank inside. The little cap comes off and you can manually crank it if you don't have any power. Your breakaway here, the key pulls out. Just a note though, if your battery's hooked up and the key gets pulled out, it does activate your brakes. And if it's left like that for an extended period of time, it can do damage to your brakes. So just kind of keep an eye, make sure that stays in. And next to that, you have a little plug-in for a solar panel. There'll be a pigtail inside for that if you ever want to add a solar panel to it. Your front cubby goes all the way across, then under the bed. You have your stabilizer jocks, one on each corner. With these, they're good. You don't want to be trying to lift your camper with them. They're good for setting down and putting some pressure down so you don't have any movement, but you can't lift your unit up with them. So. Intake and exhaust for your furnace there. Just kind of note that not to store anything in front of that. You got your fill for your water tank here, and then down below is your drain for the water tank. A vent for your range above your stove. There's little clips here so the flapper can release, and then just kind of push it in and snap it in place. Your wheels, they all have the rubber garments here. In behind there's grease nipples. You can grease your wheel bearings. I would recommend doing, giving it a couple shots of grease once a year anyway. If you are putting lots of miles on though, you should definitely get it repacked. City water connection. If you're at a campground where you have water supplied right at your campsite, you can just run your garden hose into there. The vent behind your fridge. All the controls are on the inside. There's nothing, no controls behind there, so you don't need to go in there. Your 30 amp plug here and cord just pulls out. You have outside shower with hot and cold. This is your black tank flush. If you're going to flush your black tank, just remember to make sure you open the black tank valve, or it just fills up your tank. And then underneath here is where your sewer dump is. Gray handle for your gray water, black is for your black. And you got your sewer hose in your bumper there. Spare tire at the back on the bumper. Up in the middle there, that's for a backup camera. These units are pre-wired for it. If you do decide to put one on later on, it's really easy to do. There is no ladder on this one, but I do recommend inspecting your roof once a year to make sure that you don't have any rips or tears or crack sealant or crack vent or something. Hot water heater. These are propane and 110 electric. All the controls are on the inside. They're all automatic. The only thing you need to know back here is your plug. And that's your drain there. And very important for winterization, make sure that you drain your hot water heater. Got a big compartment here. I will pull the back off of this so I can show you the valves behind the hot water heater for winterization. You have a power awning with speakers, LED strip light underneath. Satellite and cable output. If you want to put a TV out here, this is where you put it. It's next to the power outlet here. And there's a TV mount right here. Entrance door. And back to the front. So this is the little crank for the electric jack if you ever need to use. And the big crank is for your stabilizer jacks. There. So that is it for the outside. We'll head inside.